We're starting now, a couple of minutes late on Zoom here. This is Clifford Law Offices, and on your left is Bradley M. Cosgrove, B-R-A-D-L-E-Y, M. Cosgrove, C-O-S-G-R-O-V-E, partner at Clifford Law Offices. And then to your, next to Brad, is Chuck Charles R. Haskins, H-A-S-K-I-N-S, also a partner at Clifford Law Offices, and together they tried the case that they'll be talking about right now. And I'm going to start off with Brad. Go ahead, Brad.
Good evening. My name is Brad Cosgrove. I'm a partner at the Clifford Law Offices. Today, a Cook County jury returned a verdict of $50 million on behalf of a family against First Ascent Climbing Gym, a facility that has 8 locations throughout the United States, including 6 up in Chicago and others throughout the Midwest. This is a situation where a jury awarded money damages for an absolute horrible injury that took place. Dating back to July of 2022, First Ascent opened its summer camp, inviting parents to drop their children off with the gym and leave their children under the care of camp counselors. Through a complete systematic failure to supervise, First Ascent allowed children to be unsupervised for more than 50 minutes, where one 13-year-old camper was allowed to sexually assault a 8-year-old victim. As a result, First Ascent was sued in this case, and we brought a lawsuit for the sexual assault and damages relating from that sexual assault. The case involved a situation where a manager and an assistant manager were not present on the scene of the incident on the day that the misconduct took place. A few weeks before the incident, a camper's mother gave the camp a firm rule. That rule was that one of the campers was not allowed to go to the bathroom unsupervised because there was an incident. As it turns out, this child had a history of sexually inappropriate conduct, and the camp did nothing to prevent that boy from entering into the bathroom. The evidence at the trial demonstrated that this same child, who was allowed to be unsupervised, who ran free of pretty much any supervision for over 50 minutes, attempted to sexually assault a 5-year-old boy, and unfortunately for our client, was successful in raping an 8-year-old child at First Ascent. Immediately after the incident, it was actually discovered during the event by the individual who was raped's own family. His older brother walked into the bathroom and discovered that there was inappropriate sexual conduct, and he was able to stop the misconduct, and the police immediately investigated. Upon investigation, the police were able to determine that a sexual assault did occur, and the perpetrator was charged with a crime of sexual assault and attempted sexual assault. Through the criminal process, the child was actually adjudicated and entered a plea of guilty. That's the evidence that came in the case. And the unfortunate everlasting result of the sexual misconduct is that the 8-year-old boy that was the victim in this case suffered significant emotional injury and a loss of a normal life that the jury awarded nearly $50 million. There was a punitive damage award as well of only $1 million, where the jury sent a message not only to First Ascent but also to all summer camps that they must have policies, they must have procedures, they must have safeguards to make sure that the same event doesn't happen again throughout our country. The punitive damages award was a notice to summer camps everywhere to make sure that this would never happen again, because the evidence concluded and the jury found that the sexual assault in our case was totally preventable, was something that could have been prevented by appropriate supervision and appropriate camp safeguards. That's all that I have at the moment, other than to tell you that the reaction from the family is relief. The family at this point in time is relieved that their fight with First Ascent has come to a conclusion. The evidence at the trial demonstrated that after 4 years of denying every allegation in the case, even denying that a rape took place, the camp finally admitted before a jury of their peers that this actually did in fact occur, and that through the testimony of their owner, ultimately admitted that they lost this child and 2 others for 50 minutes with no supervision, while no management was present because one manager had left for a vacation and the other one went to a dentist appointment and never returned back. This is a situation where we hope all camps nationwide learn a lesson that a camp is a real serious business. Companies like this climbing facility can't simply open up a summer camp to try to derive additional revenue. They can't try to put revenue over safety. And this verdict should tell our community that if somebody is going to open a summer camp, it needs to be done safely and appropriately with the proper safeguards. Pam, are there any questions?
How was it discovered regarding the incident at camp?
Unfortunately, at the end of the day on the first day of camp that week, the victim's father and older brother came to pick him up from camp, and when they walked into the facility, they were looking for him on the first floor, and nobody knew where he was at. The father and brother went up to the second floor looking for the child and was unable to find him. And when they came downstairs, since he wasn't able to be found anywhere in this very large building, they decided to go into the bathroom, where the victim's brother unfortunately discovered that his younger brother was being raped in the shower stall. This was totally preventable, and that's where it happened, that's where it was discovered, and the family was able to ultimately break up the event. Nobody from the camp was there, nobody from the camp understood what was happening, and nobody at the camp took any precautions to make sure it didn't happen.
Thank you. And what is your message then to camps and campsites everywhere as a result of this case and this verdict?
The message to camps everywhere is that if you're going to open up a business of bringing in summer campers, you need to do it with proper safeguards to make sure that this type of event never takes place.
Okay, that wraps it up. Thank you very much, and good evening.